Welcome to the DJ Insider Podcast, sponsored by Amplified Events.
It's the only podcast where we break down insider information from our weddings, experience, and advice from over 15 years in the wedding industry.
We're your hosts. I'm Mike Kane, owner of Amplified Events.
And I'm Joe Obamani, the general manager of Amplified Events.
Let's get into it. Okay, well, welcome back. Today we have two very special guests. We have Michelle and Christina. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So glad to have you guys on.
Glad to be here.
So tell me a little bit about kind of your background, what you're interested in with podcasting, that kind of thing.
Well, we started out in the wedding industry, and
that's how we met.
Yeah, how we became besties.
Yes.
And I did it for almost 20 years, for me, and I just had enough, I think. It's a lot of work, a lot of long nights, and my family was needing me back home. So,
and you did planning, coordinating, decor, floral, right? Am I missing? There's other things too.
all of it.
Yeah, she did.
I did it all, but I'm happy to be past that point now. I miss it sometimes, but most of the time it's pretty nice. And then, Christina, I'll let you tell your story.
So I'm still doing photography. I go now I'm even like, should I do weddings again? But like this year I only did one wedding, trying to kind of slow down with them, but I'm a photographer. And actually, I mean, I was designing things when we first met. So like I've had a couple different I guess careers in the wedding industry. So I switched to photography, and that's been almost 10 years now.
Wow.
And I do love weddings. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
I started watching your podcast a little bit because Joe
Christian.
I
was going to say, I think we have a mutual friend.
Yes, we absolutely do. And I knew he was going to be on the podcast, so I started watching. And honestly, like when I watch yours, my favorite ones are like, it's either like you have a DJ or it's your partner that you're talking to, because I see like you're so passionate about like what you do. So it's like nice to see that. But I started watching because of Joe, and when I was in the wedding industry, I actually had a booth a few years at the Sand Creek Bridal Show.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was next to you guys
That's
one
right,
year,
yes.
and I remember Joe coming up and like fangirling about you and just being like, this guy next to you is like the nicest guy in the world, and watch out for him. And I was like, okay. And I just thought like small world type of story. Yeah. So I know Joe, and then my husband John Z actually does DJing for Joe.
Yes, he does.
So yeah.
Oh, I love all the connections.
Yeah.
Small world. We have to have John Z on. He's
Yeah.
hilarious.
He would love that.
Yeah, we had drinks, Joe, Tony, and I, and Micah a couple weeks ago, and we were just in this office, just putting them away, talking weddings, and it was a good time. We didn't record it. We probably should have.
Yeah,
that would have been
It would have been good blackmail material if we. Tony fell asleep on the couch. It was fantastic.
Oh my gosh, how funny!
He had a long day.
So John C and I call because Tony and Joe, they're always hanging out. So we called. I'm like, oh, were you with Joni today?
Joni.
I put their names together, and he's like, yeah, saw Joni. So.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so fun. I love all the connections. That's great. Yeah, Joe's he's our number one listener. He's the biggest fan of the podcast, biggest supporter.
For sure.
One of our all-time favorite guests. I guarantee you he's listening to this right
now. I know. I knew he would, so I'm like, I'm going to talk about Joe. But yeah, we love
awesome.
Joe. And
but now you guys are looking at doing a podcast yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on what you would do, what you talk about?
Well, we're doing it.
You already are doing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Already started.
We do. And I mean, we're talking about tea.
Like the drink, the tea.
The drink.
Yes, the drink.
Actually, I mean,
we
do you wanna
still
give him
Some of the gossip too.
Yeah, well, yes, of course.
I love it.
But we did bring you a gift.
Oh, thank you so much.
Tea related, and has like a little story. So it's a little bit of Christina and a little bit of me. Yep. This is like my favorite tea, and this is Christina's favorite tea. So we got some Earl Grey Supreme for Christina. and hot cinnamon spice.
Oh,
for me.
Do you do them cold, hot? How do you prepare them?
Oh, hot. I like them hot.
I like them hot most of the time, even in the summer.
And we thought, well, it's kind of warm today, but usually around this time of year, this is just something cozy to have, like when you're trying to relax, and for you and your wife.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes,
That's so beautiful. I love that.
sweet.
It's so gorgeous in this box.
I know her ex event planner is coming out.
It's so fantastic. This is gorgeous. Thank you so much. Oh, and there's even you even have cups in here,
yeah.
and some snacks, and I love it. So it's what's the podcast called?
The Best Teas.
The Best
The
Teas.
best teas, yeah. But
Because you're besties.
Because we
We're
are
besties,
besties,
yes.
Yep. And then we talk about tea. We spill the tea. We have a spill the tea episode. Like every third or fourth episode, we'll do a spill the tea, and we just talk about whatever it is that is on our mind. And so it might have something to do with tea. It might not.
I love it.
We usually try to pull in tea somehow.
There's
Each
something.
time.
There's a through line.
Yeah,
For
Right.
like we'll throw it in there. Our recent one was, it was about perimenopause. So, women's issues, if you will. But we actually pulled in tea because we're like, these are actually healthy things to drink when you're going
to
through
help.
this.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
with the symptoms of that.
yes.
Right.
So, yeah. But I mean, it's always somehow about tea. Sometimes it could be, our first episode was actually us like talking about our first afternoon tea experience because we go to these afternoon tea places.
Oh, there's actually you'll go to like
We do.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Yep.
and it was the most horrible experience we've ever had out so together, and so it was about that, and it was like it was pretty hilarious, but
Well, we think we're funny
we
anyway.
think we're funny, but I feel like you probably know this from podcasting. It's like those first few, like you're like, oh, was that like we felt like they were rough because we were nervous.
Yeah, and figuring out what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we started with a bang. We're like, let me tell you about this place.
Heck yeah.
Don't ever go. No, we
No,
weren't
we
like
didn't
that.
say
We
that.
were like, go there and experience it. We probably had a bad day, but yeah.
It's a good place to start
Yeah.
like just critically analyzing your experience.
Right?
Yeah.
And then stuff comes out and you're like, oh, I like that. Let's talk about that more. Let's do
Yeah.
that more. Yeah. When I started, I had no idea what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
But just something related to DJing. And everybody was like, well, you should sit and plan it out and have all the episodes titled. And I was like, I'm just going to wing it and figure it out as I go. And I guarantee you that shows in the actual listening of the podcast. But what I found is just, I kind of like talking about this. I kind of like directing it towards this way. And I kind of figured it out as I went. I've always been a big believer that let me just start and make it better as I go versus not start at all because I get weighed down in the planning of the details.
Right.
And
Yeah.
when it comes to your podcast, and how many episodes have you guys done so far?
We've recorded 9, right?
I was going to say 8 or 9.
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of already starting to hit that.
Yeah. We're kind of getting in a groove, I would say. Because I call them taping days. It probably ages me to call them that. But so we've done like 3 taping days.
Yeah.
I think it is. And then we're going to do a few more to go along with this one probably next week or something. I think we planned. But
Nice.
but yeah, I think we just put out, was it the 5th
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you do video and audio, just audio? What do
Both.
Yeah, we do. So but this is like fancy. So like I brought like questions. For
Yes,
you too,
yes.
Which you've
Let's do
answered
it.
some when we were setting up, but I'm going to go over them
Yes,
again.
go over them again. Yeah.
But yeah, so on ours, I'll say we started with a computer taping us. So, and it was like low quality, wasn't really, and we're still putting those episodes out. And then we tried to hook up 2 microphones and it just didn't work.
out
And
for
it was
us.
like first taping day, we're like, we're doing it. We don't care. So we like shared a mic and we've still been doing that. So like, and then this last one, I got a new phone, so we were just doing it on our phone. So you see both of us in the takes, and we have the microphone, and it seems fine. I mean, it sounds good. As far as we think, like we're just starting this, but and soon we will start having guests.
Yes.
Besides us.
I love that.
So, so I guess I'll start with that. And
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, because I feel like you're a great interviewer.
Oh, thank you.
Just watching yours. And so do you study the people beforehand? Do you,
I have not studied you guys, but
Yeah,
I
no,
typically do. I typically look up
Yeah.
their website, check out their social media, see if they have anything going on. I do try to come up with discussion questions. Some of those are repeats. They're the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
tell me about what you do, how you got into it,
Right.
what you like about it, what you don't like about it, what's challenging about it, what inside tips or tricks you have. And then I usually ask something about like wild stories that you've experienced. Sometimes if it's a repeat guest, we'll center around a topic.
okay.
Something about like when I had Joe last, he had where he got put on blast online by a photographer, but it was anonymous. We didn't know who the photographer was, and everybody assumed it was him, and it wasn't him. It was a different DJ.
Oh,
But
boy.
because he was taking photos at a wedding, and this photographer was complaining about the
I
DJ
saw
taking
that,
photos,
yes.
and I knew it wasn't him because the story didn't line up. There was
Exactly, me
elements
too.
that, but a lot of people did, and so but we got into that kind of conversation about, photographers versus DJs, and you have different goals when
Right.
you're showing up, and just kind of analyzing that. I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah, so we do some prep. The show would be 10 times better if I did more. But the honest
Okay.
truth of it is this is mostly a hobby. It actually costs money. We don't make money on the podcast.
Right.
I would love to have the listenership and, have a merch store and all these things. That would
that'd be
be
great.
great to have an income from this. But right now it just costs money to do this.
Yeah.
So I put in
that.
the amount of time that I think it requires, given what we're getting out of it in return
Right.
from. But honestly, it would be better if I actually spent dedicated time to planning out and reaching more. I do a little bit, but I should do more. Is that I don't know if that
Okay.
answers.
No, it definitely answers the question.
I feel like we're the same though with that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's just better when you wing it.
yeah.
Like we have those days.
We always have
where-
a guide.
Yes, we do.
We
do
always
have
have like
guide.
a template that we're going to follow.
And half the
But-
time we don't even follow it because we're just
Yeah,
getting,
but
we're
it's
so
better. I feel like it
excited.
is better when you don't.
It's
Yeah.
like,
off the
follow
cuff.
it
It's more
exact.
natural.
Yeah, for sure. And I need the notes. Like, see, even today I brought mine. But I need the notes to just feel prepared, and that's just the kind of person I am. Do you use ChatGPT to come up with questions at all?
I do ask ChatGPT, like, hey,
Okay.
I'm interviewing this person about this and around this topic. Could you give me a list of discussion questions?
Yeah.
And then it'll sure, no problem. And then
Right.
I'll use some of the cherry pick some of the ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever you like.
Yeah, I do. I definitely use Gemini is what I use
Okay.
to
Yeah.
help come up with some of the questions. Yeah, ChatGPT. There's a lot of different AIs
Yeah.
that help you do it. Yeah, what I learned early on about podcasting is it's important you record every week and post every week.
Yeah.
That will help you develop a listenership.
Right.
And so it's similar to when I started working out. It was like it's more important that I work out again tomorrow, that I don't work out so hard that I just ruin my energy or hurt myself. And so I can't show up in the gym the next day. It's a similar with podcasting. It's important that it works with my schedule, it works with my energy, it works with my time.
Right.
And it just flows. If it's too hard, if it's too much work, I know I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And what's most important, if I want to do it, is to do it consistently. And I found that actually a really powerful thing. We're now the number one, if you search Wedding DJ Podcast on Spotify, we're the number one hit because we have posted consistently.
Okay.
But I know
That's good
quite
to
a few
know.
people in the field that do it, but they haven't posted as long as us and consistent as us.
Okay.
And they're better, in my opinion, they're better at this than us. But we are the number one hit because we post so much.
Okay.
That's great to know.
Gotcha. Yeah. We do like once every 2 weeks
Yes.
now.
Yeah,
We're like,
whatever your format is.
yeah,
Just something that works for you.
But consistency is the
Yeah.
key, is what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah.
Do you do batching? Like, do you ever do like a few podcasts in a day?
Oh,
to
yes.
tape?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
I'll
we
have
do.
the guests before and after, and we'll just,
Okay.
it looks like, sometimes I have switched my shirt, sometimes I haven't.
Yeah, we
It's
try.
like,
We do
you
that
wore the same shirt
sometimes
last
too.
week. Yeah.
Yeah. Same here. And sometimes we're just like, who cares? Like,
Yeah,
we'll wear the
right.
same one. But then other times we're like, all right, we should change it up and do our, So that's funny. But I don't. That's great because I assumed that for some reason you didn't do batching at all.
We do. But especially when we get busy into wedding season,
Yeah.
it's really hard to coordinate enough schedules just between me and my general manager, and he works for me full time. It's just hard enough for us to get together once a week, but then to get someone else in,
Yeah.
that can be a challenging thing too. And I've had a
even
lot where And I still want to have it where I've wanted to have the photographer, the videographer, and then me, the DJ, in to talk about the wedding. We just did. Yeah. And sometimes just the timing for everyone's schedules doesn't work. And so, you know, I'm just like, then 3 weeks have gone by, and it was like, it's not fresh anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Well, wedding season is tough.
Yeah,
like,
you know about that.
You have like no time at all.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I don't know. I think you might have touched on this before, but what was your why for starting? You said at first you didn't know, and once you got into a groove, like, what's your goal now? What's your why for keeping on doing this?
I think initially I wanted to just have good content to put out on my social media. Okay. Then when I started to talk about this job with another DJ and with other vendors, I recognized I actually have a lot of experience. I actually know a lot about this. And it's fun to be able to process that out loud with another person. Then it got it to be where it's kind of some little therapy session where I can like kind of complain about what happened.
Yeah.
And you know, I try not to trash anybody, definitely not directly where I'm using names and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I do like to share, like, this is what it was like being on the other end of this. I couldn't say it in the moment because I'm there working and serving and trying to do the best thing I can for this wedding. But like, that was really rotten to deal with that in that moment. And so then it became about that. But then what I really learned, what was really cool, what really got me on fire for doing this was networking, getting other vendors on who do this, who are passionate about this, and to get them to share their stories. That was really, really cool. So that's kind of my why originally was I just wanted something cool to put out there. And then it became about like actually processing it, which was very healthy for me. It really helped a lot. And then the third thing was just like getting other people and showcasing their talents and their energy and sharing their stories.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
So that's kind of what it's been. And we've had all walks of life and all different industries. And I still want to have more and more people on. And right now we have little sneak peek. We want to have our producer, editor, she's getting married. And so we would love to have her on in little segments and have potential vendors that she could interview on the podcast.
Ooh,
so everybody
really cool.
listening could have kind of Kira's Corner where she gets to plan her wedding from start to finish and then talk about it afterwards.
Wow.
That's the goal right now. We'll see how that develops. But that would be a fun thing as we're going through this to like have potential vendors on that she wants to interview and they can share their stories and share their interests and she can kind of, does this work for me, kind of thing.
Aw,
That is so cool.
that is a really good idea too.
That's a rough plan right now. We'll see if that actually happens.
See if it pans out.
Yeah.
You have to start before wedding season.
So
wedding season gets
besides just talking about tea, like on the podcast, do you try teas? Like, or will you like, I'm trying out this tea today kind of thing?
We do. We drink a new tea every time we record. We actually have what we're drinking.
The tea of the day.
That was Michelle's idea.
Yeah.
She was like, we'll have to do a new tea. And so many times, at least the last time we were taping, I kept forgetting. And she'd have to be like, okay, well, tell us what you're drinking, before we start. And I'm
That's
like,
okay.
okay.
Christina,
I'm already
cup?
like halfway into my spiel,
But that's okay because Christina usually reminds me of what we're doing next because I am a fly by the seat of her pants kind of girl and she has all of her notes and she's all set and I'm just like, okay, what are we doing?
And then I'm always like, I feel like sometimes we'll like have these moments where I'm like pitching it to her and she's always like, yeah, sounds great. And I'm like, and I'm like, stressing about it. And she's always like, yeah, I love that idea. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm the planner.
Will you pair the tea with like a snack or a cookie or
Occasionally,
cracker?
yeah.
Sometimes. We did that in the beginning.
We did, yeah. Our first episode, I think. Yeah, we actually did a tea tower and we snacked, we judged some scones and drank our tea.
Yeah. But then but we at least have the tea now. Like it usually just has to be at least that tea.
Yeah.
And we'll probably do some stuff like seasonally, I would think, with foods and things like that.
Yeah.
Again, and then I think we've even mentioned in shows like, oh, like for the next one, we'll do this. We didn't do it. But, again, it's like you go off the cuff and you're just, you don't want to plan every single thing.
No.
Yeah, big skying it. Here's a lot of ideas. Some of them will stick and some of them won't.
Some of them won't, yeah.
Will you do you test different tea rooms? Will you go around and?
That's what
Could you
that's
record
why we
live
started.
from the tea room, you think?
We haven't yet, but I think that would be so fun.
Scares
I
me.
know
She's
Christina's
like,
scared,
yes.
but I think that would be so fun. I think that we are still learning about the equipment that we're using,
Sure.
and but I think once we kind of get a handle on it, I would love to do that. We started doing afternoon tea like a couple years ago, and loved it. And even though it was
Even though the first
a
one
crazy
was
experience, we're like, well, we need a do-over. So we started doing it again, and we love doing it. It's just fun for us. It's something that we can do together without the boys.
Yep.
Anybody that doesn't know, like, our families are best friends too. So we're like,
the boys hang out
yeah,
together.
we're together a
Yeah,
lot.
the kids hang out. Yeah.
But it's just fun for us to get away a little bit and have some girl time.
Yeah.
And get to gossip and spill our own tea and try new places.
Guys have their bourbon and cigars, and the girls
Yeah.
have their tea. And
Yeah,
So fun.
oh, that's awesome.
totally. Yeah, and now that we're doing the podcast, the boys can't be like, you can't go out to afternoon tea.
Yes,
We're
we
like, well, we
can.
have to now.
Work. This is work.
We're trying to do something here.
Oh, heck yeah. There's I don't know a whole lot about tea, just being honest, but I do understand that coffee, there's lots of ways to prepare it, and I assume tea is very similar, where you can prepare it cold, you can prepare it hot, you can press it, you can steep it.
Yeah.
Do you get into that too on the podcast, like some of the technical ways to do it, and do you change the ways you're doing it each time, or is it you have a preferred way?
I would say that we have a preferred way,
Yeah.
but we do mention that there are other ways that it can be enjoyed. So
Yeah, and our
and
gadget episode was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
one of my
I was gonna say there's
one.
probably a lot of
favorite.
gadgets.
Yeah.
yeah,
And we want to do another one, but I thought that one was great. But we talked about like different things that we use to make our tea and things that, we recommend. That was like a really fun one. And
Yeah.
was that the one because there's some where we're like, ugh, was that even good? Like, and
that was the one.
was it that
Yeah,
one?
I was like,
think so.
I think we should tape that over because I really don't like that. And she's like, I think you need to watch it first. It was actually really good.
Yeah. And so we've run into that too. Have you run into that where you're like, oh, that one probably
Yes.
stank?
Oh,
And then,
absolutely.
And then you're like, oh, it's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
we'll keep it.
Yeah. We've had people too comment, like make comments online that have been like, ooh, brutal. but it's so true. I laugh about it because I'm like, they said, how much did you pay for the podcast, man?
Right?
Yeah.
It's a free thing. Everybody's got notes, but a lot of DJs are brutal online, man.
Wow.
They'll make fun of us. I laugh at it because I'm like, they don't know me. They're just
Right.
making fun. And usually it's pretty true. Like, like they were talking about, I'm not the most attractive man, but some of our photos are not great shots of me.
Oh, I
And
getcha.
you're putting them on YouTube, and you're like, man, these screenshots are killing you guys.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, ouch. It's true. It's true.
Well, Kira, you better help us out, okay?
Yeah. Come on, girl.
Make me look good. We get a hair and makeup person and a better
Right,
lighting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, that's funny too because when we started, I mean, we don't have like a ton of followers at all yet. I mean, we're trying to like put it out there and get ourselves out there, but it's just starting, and we're patient. But one of the things that we did talk about was Michelle was like, when people do start seeing us, because people are so hateful online.
Yeah.
Even if you're nice and even if you're not, I mean, our thing was to like be positive and bring joy and be truthful, but be something that's positive out there. And she's like, I just don't know if I will be able to deal. And I'm like, girl, I can deal with it. Like, so that's one thing like where we differed too, where she was just like, like if people are mean, and I'm like, I will deal with the mean people. Like, let them mess with you. Like, but yeah, so that's funny that like, I didn't even know that, like, I guess I must not like look at comments that much, but
Most of it's been very
positive.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But what I have found, and I can't remember who said it, but I think it's very true that people who are doing better than you are never going to criticize you. People who are doing worse than you are going to criticize you.
Wow.
And so
okay.
don't take advice from people whose life you don't want.
Okay.
And who don't know you. I mean,
Right,
like,
right.
This,
Oh,
this-
for sure.
This guy online wants to badmouth me. It's a pretty funny joke. It's pretty good.
Oh,
We
man.
posted an ad for we're trying to hire some DJs, And we said 3 reasons to be a DJ. We didn't mention music. We mentioned like things that are on brand for what we're looking for in DJ.
Yeah.
About emceeing, about guiding the night, about the customer experience for the clients. And the guy's like, this is total trash that you don't even mention music at all. And I was like, yeah, I know DJing, the music's
Well, you
involved.
assume music.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah,
what else you got?
But he just had notes about our job ad,
Oh my God.
I thought it was funny, but I was like, he's right. But there's like, there's obviously, those are just 3 reasons, not the only reasons to be a DJ. Or
Yeah.
that's a fun thing about being a DJ.
Everybody seems to have notes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
That's it. That's it. That's really cool that you guys have, become close friends and that you have this like shared love of tea and getting together. And then now it's like, well, let's do a podcast because of that.
Yeah, it's been so fun. And I think our end goal too is one day, well, we always knew that we were going to like, I hate talking about retirement like we're old or something, but we're not there yet, but we're, planning our families. One day we'll be retiring together somewhere. So, like our end goal is like, well, what are we going to do in our retirement? We can't just sit around. I think we will probably open a tea shop.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
yeah.
I'd love to.
So let's do some research now and have fun recording and learning about it.
And you could turn your whole site into an e-commerce business. People can buy your tea to support the
Oh
podcast
yeah,
and-
that would be so
One day.
awesome.
yeah.
I would love to make blends.
I know. We did try that.
Yeah, that was funny.
It didn't work out well for me. I think Christina is going to be the blend master.
No, I'm sure it would work out again, but she hated her blend and it was hilarious. Like we did an episode on that where we blended teas for each other but we both like tasted them for the first time. We didn't taste them like prior.
Right.
And so she was doing her Michelle thing and winging it. And she hated hers.
Yeah.
She hated her tea.
But I did blend it with you in mind.
Yes.
And it is definitely not my favorite.
Yeah, but it was, I thought it was
tea.
fine. It was more of like, it was bitter. And so I think that's what she didn't like about it, but I'm not afraid of bitterness.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, sweet or bitter or, what's the ideal flavor profile? And is there an ideal temp too? I don't know enough about tea. I'm sorry.
I don't know. What is the
Well, I think
ideal for you?
I think for me, I like the sweet ones. Have been into those cinnamon teas lately.
Yeah.
Things that don't need anything extra. So I don't put
Yeah,
honey
she
in my
drinks
tea.
like hers plain. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of them that I
honey,
drink.
sugar, milk, that kind of.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
most of the ones that I drink don't need it at all. I think Christina likes.
The bells and whistles.
Yeah,
Or
she-
bold flavor and.
Right.
I like
right.
the bells and whistles. Like I mean, and I'm not even like a sweets person at all, but like tea, I love honey in it and I love cream in it. And I don't know, it just makes it more comforting to me. And like, that's what, like, I think tea for both of us is just like a super comforting thing.
Yeah.
Like you come out, like we should turn you on to tea. Come on, Mike. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta come to the tea side.
I would love
because,
to.
Well, because like you're talking about like your job and just,
Give me 3 teas to try. I'll come on your pod.
it's
and-
stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll blend some for him. And
That's
have him
right.
come
We'll
on
blend
ours.
it. Mhm.
Yeah.
But try like because mine's Earl Grey and that is like an acquired taste. But I think that's where I wanted the cream and honey and everything because it's like it is a little bit weird on its own.
She likes those earthy flavors.
I
Okay.
do. But yeah, like we'll totally have you. But I mean, just to like you and your wife to calm down at the end of the day. Like Johnsy and I do that too. Like he does a lot of stuff. Like he's, he works for Joe, but he has his 9 to 5 or 2, and he does a lot. And so like coming home and just like having tea is like a ritual for us, and it's like calming. And I just think like you would love it. Or after a workout, whatever.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a really calming.
It's a very healthy drink for you too.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so cool. I mean, there's so much. There's a whole history of it throughout the years. I mean, it's such a highly traded thing, and it's such a unique thing that not everybody's into. But there's quite a few people. It's permeated the culture in a very serious way. But it's wild to me just how many different flavors you can get out of just one little leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's like I don't know how they thought of it. Let's put some herbs in some water and see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I've really enjoyed this, and like it just makes me embrace it more. I guess like doing our little outings and.
Do you do the editing yourself in house?
I do. Yeah. I don't use anything fancy for that either. Well, so yeah, I was actually going to ask you about, like, now I'm seeing it. I'm here, so I'm seeing like
your setup's great.
what your setup is, and like it's great. So I was gonna ask you if you had any like for like this is I think is like obviously it would be ideal, but like if we just go a next step up from where we are, like what equipment do you think is good?
I mean, you want definitely something to get clean audio. And I like it to be, so we have like a Rode kind of podcaster thing that we've just plugged directly our mics into.
Okay.
And it's just an SD card. It's just a micro SD card. It all records everything on. And then I drop that to Kiera, and then she drops the footage, and then we format that after she's done it and just basically delete it and then just start again.
Okay.
We store it all on like Google. We have like a Google Drive file where she uploads the footage and edits, and then shares it. I think she uses Adobe or Premiere Pro. I have to ask her what she uses.
I start in Adobe to get the right format.
Mm-hmm.
So
I knew that was our weakest part, and that's why when we started, it was the owner of the building, Zach. He says, I'm starting a podcast. He bought the equipment. He talked to our videographer friend about which kind of point and shoot cameras, which lighting, and microphones. So he set it up, and I just used the studio, and he hired an editor. He actually went to the Career Center and found Kiera there. She was just out of high school studying, basically production and editing and all that stuff. And so he just hired her to do it, and then he ended up hiring her full time to work for his company. So she still works in house, but she just does this on a side thing for me, and we just pay her to do it. So it's really worked out really well.
Yeah. I feel like that's what saves time too.
That was the biggest thing is I need time. I know don't have the time or energy, or I don't even care enough to sit down and edit,
edit it,
I could do it. I just don't want to dedicate that time. It's just not, it's not something I'm passionate about or even good at.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather just pay someone to do that. And so that's kind of how we've done it. That's worked out for us. More and more people are doing it. And I think originally he wanted to kind of rent the studio to other companies to do it, to come in and just use the space, and they can just hire Kiera to edit,
Okay.
But it never really took off. He did one or two podcasts his own, and then I think he just kind of lost interest. It wasn't his thing. And so then, he was like, hey, do you want to buy the equipment? I was like, yes.
I do.
So it really wasn't too expensive, I think, to start up. I want to say he spent $3,000 or less. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
And he did a 3-cam. So he did like one wide shot, one kind of close up on each person, and we just did 2-person format. But as we've gotten in the couches, we can do up to 4 mics. We probably need to get another camera. I would love to. This isn't an ideal. The studio he actually designed is actually in the next room. It's much better. It's total control of light. There's no windows.
Okay.
It was better for sound. We always deal with the trains and people driving by.
We do too.
That's what we're dealing
But
with
this is
right
much
now.
more comfortable, having a couch. And,
Yeah.
So, but eventually I would probably do something where the cameras would be preset and like up higher, and same with lighting. Everything is just a click and go kind of thing. We have to set this up and tear it down every time.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's not as it's not that much work, but it is something that I think if we continue to do it, we'll have a more professional studio kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a sound and visual person like working at that while we're taking it, because they could have easily said, "Oh, she's not in camp," they would have moved the shot.
Yeah.
So,
And I can't tell. Like, I probably was.
I guarantee you, this thing was across blocking your face for half of the shot. I'm so sorry.
Probably. Yeah. But I wasn't even. And there's like other, like, these are fancier cameras, so there's like little words and like lines, and so I can't really tell exactly what it's doing. Like I can't even really see myself right now in it, but yeah, and that could be like just because of my eyesight too.
I know we're always talking.
Yeah,
Where's our readers at?
Where's our readers?
But we've had our fair share of where the camera the goes out, like it gets unplugged, or the battery. These are, or we've had it where we lose audio. So we've had to have we have poor audio, or the camera feed goes out because the SD card gets filled up. We've had little snafus like that.
Does it? And it's like ruin the whole thing.
No,
like,
it just basically it ruins the audio isn't as good, and we don't have a live cam feed from that person, so we just did all audio on that podcast, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or the audio is we're using the audio from the cameras, not from the.
Oh, okay.
You can tell it doesn't sound as good.
Yeah. I'm sure this is gonna sound way better than ours does right now.
I'm like
too,
really
but-
excited about this though.
Yeah.
I'm like learning so much.
I know, like, well, and that's why I was like, let's just talk to him about podcasting because that's what we're doing, and like, yeah, we we have like the most simplest thing ever. Like, so just, yeah. And I noticed you're using like Sony cameras. Do you like them?
Yeah, they're real easy to use, especially for someone who knows nothing about cameras, me.
Yeah.
Just a point and shoot, get them in frame, and just basic Amazon tripods, And then we got that little hookup that you can just plug in directly, so we don't have to deal with batteries.
Right,
and
and I do like that. Like, because eventually we do want at least. I think our next thing is going to be like figuring out 2 mics. We want 2 separate mics because we are sharing the mic. And like I said, it sounds okay, but like there's times where I'm like, oh, I noticed I had to turn this one up pretty loud in the car, and it's fine once you do, but we're like, it probably is just going to sound infinitely better if we have our own.
Yeah. I could send you some stuff too, some links. I don't think you need a big
Yeah.
thing, especially if you are going to do it. Do you record at someone's house? Do you guys?
We do it at my studio.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's funny you were mentioning the trains because it is like, our building is like 100 years old or more.
Right next door,
And and we're right on the tracks basically in downtown Chesterton. And so we always have to stop. But we get a lot of actually like, I don't know.
like
have
outtakes?
I don't know if you guys have done outtakes if I've seen
We haven't
any.
done any, but
Okay.
we have a lot of that stuff
Yeah.
behind the scenes,
The B-roll stuff, and then when the train goes by, we're like, oh, we have to stop. We're like, come on,
My wife has encouraged me to do like when the train goes by to have like train questions and we just talk about train trivia.
That
Just make it a fun
funny.
thing as part of. We just laugh about it or ignore it now.
That's funny. We should do
that.
instead of just yelling at them all the time. So then when she edited this down, she just kind of, she does it like because we all have our own camera, so she'll
take all the footage, she'll drop we'll pull all the cards and I'll put them on her desk. And then I'll submit payment, and then she's going to take all of the audio card and then the 3 cards from the cams.
And so, like, she'll just focus on the person that's talking when she edits it
Yeah, and
down.
she'll
So,
switch.
okay,
And
so
she
that's
might
real
even
editing.
She might even have it down to an AI where when the audio switches, the camera will switch. You can assign
That's
it,
what
I
I
think,
want.
and
Okay.
it'll just go boop 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 boop. And
Okay.
so it takes care of a lot of it. I don't know what her day to day looks like, but I assume that she's done this in a way that is saving her time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would hope so because I'm like, to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, because that's the other thing because we love like about your podcast that it's like one at a time, but we're like, how are they doing this? Like, how is this happening? And a lot of podcasts do it that way. But I was like, I don't know. With me being the editor and just like again, it's time. You don't want to spend too much on anything, so we're just doing it easy. But we want it to look better and sound better as time goes on, and so that's good to know. And then you saw something on TikTok is where it switches. I wanted you to talk about that and see if he knows what it is.
I don't think it actually switches. I think it just moves with you. So
like the voice, like he's saying, like is it
no
the AI
the camera? Like it's a like a stand that moves your camera or your phone to whoever's speaking.
Okay.
So like it'll just like turn towards you when you're speaking, and then it'll turn back, and like it picks up on movement.
It's
and
a
stuff
stand?
Like that. Yeah, like it's just it's bizarre. And she put like her phone in there, and I was like, oh well, that's kind of cool. Like
maybe we could start
fun.
with that.
Yeah,
and
that
see.
could be fun.
I just didn't know. Have you heard of anything?
I
like
have
this?
it's an older, but I have a phone gimbal that will do that. When I'll shoot weddings, you can literally select this person and it'll follow that person. Like you select it. So it sounds like it's something similar to that. But my gimbal's older, but it provides a real clean moving shot. There's probably a ton of stuff like that. But yeah, the way we just do it is just cam 1, cam 2, and then we have footage from both, and then the way she's editing it, I think you can just assign this voice is this person, and you can even set it up. I'm pretty sure there's AIs now in the software where it's like when Mike's talking, then go to his cam.
It'll go to Mike. Okay.
And then she might have to because we'll talk over each other. It's not going to look right if it's blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
So she probably has to nope, just wait on this person.
Right.
And sometimes she'll go and you'll just get a facial reaction shot from the person, even though the other person's talking. So I don't know. It's
there's a lot.
There's so
a lot
much
to it.
you can put just so much time and money and energy into it, and make it look just so clean and professional. But ultimately, is it really even about that? It'd be nice to have
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It sounds like for you guys, it's just really about getting together, talking tea, and having fun.
And just having a good conversation. I think we always have to remember that. We're just having, because like I said in the beginning, we put so much stress on ourselves.
We did.
And it was like, wait a minute, we're just having a conversation. We don't have to memorize this template. We don't have to do any of this stuff. We're basically hanging out and letting people hang out with us.
That's it.
You know, and it's been good for me. Like, I'm an introvert, so it's been good. Like, all right, I'm gonna let people in, you know, and see where it goes. And you're more outgoing.
Yeah,
you're
I'm not an introvert.
You're not an introvert at all. But it's been good for me in that way too. And like, I feel like that's a great thing too. Like you said, therapy session. You know, like just kind of just be yourself, and you know, whoever's cup of tea that you are, they'll like it, right?
That's right.
I think that's the biggest thing, is making it your own, and just owning that it's going to be imperfect, but it's going to be good progress. It's just, we're going to enjoy this, whatever it is going to be. And like anything, if you do it enough, you'll get better at it, and you'll be like, I don't like this, let's do this instead. And something I've been toying around with is having segments where we're going to do a quick fire game, or do like a trivia, or do a little teaching facts, you know, or history. Something where it's segmented out, so it's not just us talking for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's a little easier to watch. When I first started, I did reach out to all my family and friends, ask them to listen, and give advice for ways we can improve it. And a lot of them said that you should do a segment, or do a game, or do a trivia thing, or make it a little bit more interesting. Because some of the stuff, they were like, well, if I'm not into DJing, it's not really interesting to listen to this, you know.
Yeah, I could see that, but we don't care if you're not into tea.
That was my thought. It was like,
listen anyways.
You know, I don't do it for that, so I appreciate the feedback, but I didn't take it. You know.
No, but I do love that. I mean, I think I did a rapid fire to you.
You did,
on one of our recent tapings, and I got you off guard, and you were like, oh gosh, like,
she surprised
which
me.
is cool. Like, I like to, you know, like, it's cool to kind of put your guests on the spot, I guess, and like do something fun.
I love having the guests because it changes the whole thing.
The dynamic,
It's a new person, and I had my wife on last week.
Aww.
So it'll be dropping soon, but we talked about our wedding and planning our wedding, and
cool.
things she's learned about being a DJ through me, you know, and in spite of me. So it's really fun, and so I'm really excited for that episode to come out. But yeah, I was like, oh, you should come on again. Like, it was really fun. So we're gonna have to have her back on. But
we'll be watching.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch that one. That's sweet.
Would you guys have any kind of like, even your family on, or have like other, I don't know, tea experts on, or I'm sure there's other people who are into tea.
Yeah, we would love to. I mean, we are gonna have a guest that she kind of does, like, she plants her own herbs, and then she wants to kind of teach, like, seed to tea, like, you know, planting them, growing them, drying them, and then you can make tea from it from there.
Wow.
So we thought that would be really interesting for like a spring episode. I'd love to have John Z on, because he is, we talk about him all the time on it. But he's just a great person, and I'm not even biased. He's just a great person, but he is he's like
charismatic.
He's social. And he, like, say it like it's like, yes, one of those social people. But he is, and he loves people, and he's like a natural health practitioner too on the side. So he knows. We're actually, I'm gonna like out myself here, but him and I were having an argument about that, because he's like, I should go on your podcast and talk about teas that people can have, and I said, well, me and Michelle already do that. And he's like, no, you haven't talked about this, and this, and I'm like, oh gee, you know. And I give him a hard time, but I'm like, he walks away, and I'm like, that's actually a really good idea.
Like you said, like the homeopathic teas for like healing, and
like what specifically is good for what, and we do our fair share of that, but
focus,
like he will know more.
Food,
Yep, exactly. And it's just stress, and you know, just what, because I don't know everything. I like to pretend I do.
Yeah, we pretend we do, but
sorry, John Z.
Yeah, but yeah, we definitely want to have him on, and we've talked about having George, just because George would be a riot. Her husband.
He is a riot. Everybody loves George.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know that show, Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yes.
That's
Everybody
my
loves
husband.
George.
Everybody loves George.
Yeah.
He was doing the finance, right, for that company down in Lowell. Is he still working with them?
Yeah. He's still there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, 30 years.
Yeah. He's our numbers guy.
He is our numbers
Very smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very smart guy.
Yep. And then we also want to have the boys out to tea with us.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Too. I don't know if they'd be excited about it when we tell them that they're going, but I think they would really enjoy it in the end.
Yes, they will love it. We always go, and we're like, they would actually love it. Okay, so like, especially George, he is like, when you go out to eat with George, he wants to try everything. He wants to try all the foods. He wants a little bit of everything. And that's what a tea is. Like you go and you get this whole tray and it's like, starts with the savories and goes to like the middle scones and stuff. And then the top is dessert. And so you get like all these different things to try. Yeah. So every time we go, I'm like, George would have loved this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so they would just be fun to have on and like a riot.
I think maybe we won't tell them, and then we'll
Surprise
just
them.
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah.
Afternoon tea.
It's not going to be a surprise. Johnson's going to watch this episode. But yeah, it's fun. And there's a lot of guests that we want to eventually work with, I think.
Have you developed, like I can tell most bourbons if I'm drinking it which bourbon it is, just like blind, but I'm not that good, you know?
Okay.
But my wife and I love to do like a blind taste test where we'll get like, because she's like, this is the best bottle of water. And so we'll get like 20 bottles of water and then we'll blind taste test and you rank them and see if you can guess which is which.
So fun.
Would you ever do something like that with tea? And
that would be great.
Who do you think would win with
Oh, Christina is so good at that.
Maybe. I don't know. I think you're pretty good too at
I'm okay.
what you're tasting.
I'm okay. And I think maybe when it's a flavor profile that I enjoy, then I can tell right away. But she like, oh my gosh, I don't know, because you kind of were struggling a little bit about that one taste. I was like, surprised. I thought you'd pick that up right away.
Yeah.
But like our blind taste testing was similar to that. It was like she had no idea what herbs
we decided.
were in there.
We're like, what do you taste in there before we like gave it away? Whatever.
Or what does it smell like? What's the aroma?
Yeah. Yeah. So she made something that I had tasted before, and I just couldn't put my finger on it that day. But it was like different levels of what was in there, I think. But yeah, I think it depends on the palate and what you're drinking and all that stuff. But that would be amazing. Yeah. And honestly, you should do the bourbon one and invite the boys.
Yeah.
Wait, bourbon tasting.
Can we just say I would like to be invited to that too?
Yeah, right. That's going to be a good one. We've talked about after hours too. Like
room for 4 on the couch.
Right.
We do. We can get more mics and more. Yeah, we can absolutely do it.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that's so fun. Anything we haven't covered? Any questions we haven't covered?
I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
It's maybe a couple things, but like future big plans for this to go anywhere specific?
I mean, I would love to open up an e-commerce store, like merch, like lines from the podcast, hats, that would
be great.
Hoodies, people who want to support the podcast could buy merch from us.
Okay.
That would be cool. I would love to have enough listenership to where it would go. We could sell ads and make money off the podcast. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I think just continuing to get a better studio and better shots, and honestly provide better content would be where I'd love to go with it. But yeah, I don't have there's no specific goal in mind. It's just kind of naturally working towards that. And we're growing all the time. We've recently run into this thing where Spotify, the AI is like flagging our intro outro song as like copyright. And so they've removed some of our episodes.
Okay.
We purchased the rights to that. So then I had to appeal it. And finally they've they've reinstated the episodes. That just happened today, actually. They reinstated the last 3 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So that's been frustrating, but we might have to change our intro outro song because it just keeps getting flagged. Even though we own the rights of not doing anything wrong, but it's like, oh, this isn't your song, this is someone else's song. Like, I know, we paid them to
right. Yeah. So in a sense, it is ours now.
It is ours, actually. But yeah, so that's been a whole weird thing that's happened. But as you grow, that's going to happen more and more. And we're probably going to have to eventually get people to sign releases. Right now, we don't make any money, so there's no...
Right.
Yeah.
But if somebody was like, I didn't give you permission to shoot me on this podcast. I'm like, well, I assumed you did. You sat here for an hour and talked to me.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
But I just have to think about just more professionalizing the podcast itself.
That is something to think about.
As it gets more sophisticated, so will the problems,
Yeah.
So, but right now, it's just been a really fun thing that we've done on the side that's added a lot of value. And we've had a lot of people on the couch, which has been really fun.
Yeah.
But our goal is about 40 episodes a year. We usually hit more than that, so because we try to do one a week.
Wow.
So I've always wanted to go back and do a best of too, but that's gonna poor Kira. I can't.
Yeah.
I have to pay her a lot.
Maybe
for
after
that
Kira's wedding.
Yeah, she's a little busy right now.
Yeah. That would be great though.
So
Do some highlights.
I think what's really cool about yours is that you could shoot it on location. and go like
our little setup.
your local tea houses, and you can rate it and recommend the different things about it. And you could have, people going from their farm. You could do it at the farm,
Yeah.
Lots of cool things you can do with that.
Yeah, we're gonna do spare room.
Yes.
We are gonna shoot one at one different place.
Yeah, they have. They just opened a studio.
Yeah.
George is this fantastic job. I've been meaning to have him on because he really knows his stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Their studio looks amazing.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job over there.
Yeah, we went to their opening, and the podcast part was just getting started, so we didn't really get the full thing. So we're really excited to do a taping over there and see how it's working out.
I mean, it looks awesome. I would love to go check that out too. They're really cool what they're doing over there.
Yeah.
Have you found other tea podcasts? Are there other people in this space that you can?
Not a ton, but
Not a ton. There's a lot of more people on TikTok that I anticipated. I had no idea that we weren't the first.
People sharing their own kind of reviews of tea and other tea enthusiasts.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
Yep. And she handles all social media. I don't even have a TikTok, but we have one for this.
I'll have to follow you. I have to.
Yeah.
We don't have a TikTok for the pod, but I have a TikTok for me. But
yeah. So she handles all that, and so she always fills me in on what's going on in TikTok land, and but I think like when we were starting this, you were like, nah, there's not really.
Yeah,
much
there wasn't
going
too
on.
many,
and I think there's some with similar names though.
yes,
So we might get flagged for that one day.
one day.
But I think right now it's not like we're taking any competition from anybody, so we're okay.
Yeah,
But
I think we're fine.
yeah, we're fine.
But I do
This
love
is
the
fine.
idea that more and more you're gonna find your tribe of people who are like-minded and interested in this
Right.
too.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us on.
Appreciate you
This
guys.
was great, and you
Yeah.
gave us so much insight. So
Oh.
we're thankful.
Oh, of course. Glad to help. Come back.
Yeah.
Come back again, and let me know if you have any questions. We can, of course, off pod talk more about equipment details and anything you guys need help with. I'm glad to help.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, guys, everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you either at your wedding or at your tea room. Thanks, guys.